I reason that if I go back when I'm dead to the state where I was before I was born, couldn't I happen again? You know, what has happened once can very well happen again. If it happened once, it's extraordinary. And it's not really very much more extraordinary if it happened all over again.
The moment of creation, a grand opening of life. Excitement flourishes, creativity, a newly minted experience, the beginning of something for which its end is unknown. Development and prosperity, change and adaptation, success and notoriety, tenure and achievement, experience, evolving, interaction, and development. The euphoric glow of the neon lights are a haunting ambiance that foreshadow the current state of affairs of the U.S. Mall. Like a prophetic look at its own demise, the mall is grasping for air. The memory of a vibrant past grows fainter by the day as the wrecking ball moves faster and faster than these few fleeting soldiers who traverse this land to encapsulate the past. For the past 5 years, I have walked halls similar to this to document the history of our nation's retail. For the past 5 years, I've done nothing but travel, put myself in risky situations, all in an effort to remember a time and a place that is clearly evident now more than ever coming to an end. As I walk the halls of the abandoned Phillipsburg Mall in Phillipsburg, New Jersey, I'm not going to give you some big history lesson, as there are others who do that much better than I do. This is the internet, this is 2021, and you know how to do your own research. Not that I don't have a respect for the past, but there are people out there who have done this, so I don't want to step on their toes. However, I wanted to see this place for myself, and here we are. I started Ace's Adventures in April of 2016 after watching Dan put out some incredible videos on the subject, and I was instantly transformed and in awe of an experience that until today I think I finally I could never understand until today. These malls remind me of a happier time in my life. I had a rough childhood growing up. I had lots of things that I'm not going to get into. But as a kid, as we all, for the most part, in different degree, we experience jubilation as a child. We have wonderments of these big structures we would go to as kids. You would get dropped off at the mall, and you would hang out with your buddies for hours. You would go to the arcade. You would go to KB Toys. You would go to these different stores and places. And it was an experience. Your mind was still forming. You were young and innocent. Nothing really mattered. And I think more than anything, more than preserving the history, more than going into these abandoned Kmarts, more than showing these empty hallways, it's the experience that I will always remember. And this means of sort of a time capsule, Back to the Future kind of moment is really what I think, after thinking about this for 5 long years, what really drives me to do this is to take a step back in time and be able to be nostalgic about a time long, long gone, as I have just reached 38 years of age and head into the middle ages of my life. These malls are being torn down left and right, now so more than ever in the past year, as the COVID pandemic has either put a damper on a mall that was doing decently, or it has completely knocked out a mall that was on life support. The Phillipsburg Mall here, as you're seeing me walk through, is only days away from the start of its own demise, as demolition is planned for this long sacred property. Crown American Mall opened this mall in the 80s, and like several rural malls in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, this mall is technically in New Jersey, but it is right on the PA border. As I have mentioned before, Pennsylvania seems to have hit hardest by this mall pandemic. You have the Schuylkill Mall, Chambersburg Mall. I could go on and on for hours about places that have closed, and thankfully I got to see most of them. I want to talk for a minute about what is coming up for the future of Ace's Adventures. The past year has done a real number on me, financially, personally, professionally, which I've talked about in detail in some of my other videos, so I'm not going to go into that. But it's really made me question, how I want to approach these next few years of my life as I'm getting older and older, and we are all going to be more than ever before grateful to be out and socialize with people. So moving forward, there will be a change in the format of Ace's Adventures. The channel is not going anywhere. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have thought about, ending it here at the 5-year period. I thought about stopping Ace's Adventures and not deleting it, but I have thought about stopping to make new content, because you guys, a lot of you know that are in this field, a lot of you don't know the effort that it takes to put together these videos, to travel, to spend your own money, and put out free content for thousands of people. Fortunately, to this day, I have never been arrested. I have never been ticketed. I have never been stopped. I have always had an amazing track record and have tried when possible to get permission. But to this day, and this is upload number 300. 300 uploads. I have never broken into a place. I have never damaged a place. I've never broken a window. I have never done anything like that. Have I loosely skated on what is considered legal permission? Absolutely. But if you watch my work and have been a follower of mine since the early days, you know the passion I have for these projects. To me, these videos are, not to sound disrespectful to those who hold these places dear, to their hearts locally or whatever, but I don't care about these places, and I don't mean what you think. if they get demolished, it's not sad to me. It's unfortunate to people who have the memories there, but to me, it's the experience for me. So I appreciate the experience that I get to film a frozen moment in time. And there are a lot of people out there who put together videos and they show you these four walls and just take the walk through and don't really do any research and just say, here you go, have at it. And it's monotonous and it's boring. I want my videos to be experiences, and moving forward, that's what they're going to be. So moving forward, these videos are going to be more exclusive. I'm going to be changing up the Premiere format. I feel as if the Premiere format is very watered down and the Premiere feature has lost its luster. So going forward, you are going to see only one premiere a month from Ace's Adventures. I'm still going to have other filler content in between. I'm still going to do 2 videos a month, but I want these videos, as I had mentioned earlier, to be experiences. I want these to be miniature films. I want these to be a cinema type experience. That's why the music and everything is so over the top. That's me. That's my personality. That's who I am. I'm a DJ. I'm a very outgoing person who wears his heart in his sleeve and likes to show emotion and is very careful about the music that I choose for these videos. And I'm sure you guys see that as it manifests itself in my work. And there's different creators on this platform that have their own ways to do it, and they do a very good job. But I am me, and I am my own person. Any of you who have met me in person know what kind of a person I really am, and know that I am very kind and opening and willing to talk to all of my fans and friends. I have no ego. And even though in my pictures it kind of looks like I'm being kind of braggadocio, I promise you, it's just to have fun with it. It's just to have I like to have a little bit of swagger with these videos and just, give them a personality. So I appreciate all 40,000 of you who have stuck with me. And if you are not following me or subscribed to me, I humbly ask that you do so. And continue on this journey with me as me and several other people put the work in to keep the memories of these places alive. So as I mentioned, I didn't go into the history of this property. It's pretty easy to find out. The King of Research, Sal over at the Expedition Log, a friend and partner of mine, he does tremendous work. That's more his thing, is to dive into that. So I will link his video below where you can check out the history of this property. I just had a chance to get in here and wanted to give you guys the visceral experience of being in the small while it was abandoned overnight, and with the neons on and stuff. So that's really about it, guys. It's been 5 years. Thank you so much for 5, and here's to another 5 more. Hopefully in 5 years from now, we'll be hitting the decade mark, and I will have 600 videos out, but we'll see how it goes with the current economic climate. It looks like we are heading towards better days. It looks like we are heading towards the end of this COVID pandemic and back towards normal life. And I will never, ever be more grateful to be able to do simple things. I hope to do a meetup at some point this summer if it is safe and vaccinations keep rolling out. I would love to meet some of you guys. And last but not least, I do have a pretty exciting, 2 exciting announcements to make. I will be leaving New York State. I will be heading to the West Coast in the next 12 to 24 months. I am moving to the West Coast. I'm moving to the Anaheim, California area. This is something I've been planning for a long time, and I'm still laying the groundwork for that, but plans are progressing. I am going to be doing some production work with my good buddy on the West Coast, Zach Darkstar Huxley. He has a YouTube channel called Lost in the Valley, and we are going to be in the early stages of starting a production company. So more on that in the future. That is the end goal. I still want to have this channel, but I want to make movies. That's what I've always wanted to do. It's my dream to do that, and hopefully this is another step in that direction. And also, lastly, I will be heading out on a massive road trip. Things have changed for me on a financial perspective, and I am going to be hitting the road. I'm going to just give you guys some rough idea. It looks like this could be a 30-day long road trip. I could be on the road for a month. I don't know exactly when or where, but it's coming sooner rather than later. I want to hit the road and see. There are lots of places in the Midwest and the South that I have not covered. So if you have ideas, get your ideas to me now. I want to see the Jasper Mall in Alabama. There are several places in the South. There are places in Texas. I want to keep going, and I want to keep making these films, as I'm going to call them, miniature films now, and show you guys more content as we continue to explore the abandoned ruins of the retail fabric of America as we walk through this, by the way, long closed off Italian restaurant in the Phillipsburg Mall. Thank you so humbly for listening to me babble here for 13 minutes. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you for 5 years. Thank you to everybody that has helped me along the way. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. This is Anthony with Aces Adventures. You all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon with more Dead Mall content.